of instant gratification, where the desire for immediate satisfaction often outweighs our long-term goals. One of the primary reasons is that we spend so much on perishable items, those things that provide temporary enjoyment but quickly lose their value. Just think about it. How many times have you bought a new gadget or clothing or trendy item only to find yourself wanting the next big thing shortly after? When we prioritize these perishable items, we fail to build our solid foundation for our financial future. And when we rewind to the root of the problem, we find the main habit that keeps us poor. How spending more in perishable items is ruining our finances. I don't need to tell you that our purchasing behaviors are highly related to the media. You already know that advertisements bombard us from all angles, constantly tempting us to buy the latest products and trends. The goal of these ads is to create a sense of urgency, making us believe that we need those items to be happy, successful, or fulfilled. And there's nothing wrong with advertising per se. We sell ourselves every day on a daily basis. But if you actually want to build a financial stability, a financial future, you need to become a more mindful consumer. Learn to say no. Be aware of the influence of media in questioning your spending decisions. It doesn't sound as cool as having the latest iPhone or buying new gadgets. It's true, it does not. But the finance field and managing your personal finances is not supposed to be cool. It's about thinking in the future and making your future self proud, so to speak. And this is when our financial topic comes in: the 3 types of purchases. There are basically 3 types of purchases that you will make during your lifetime: short-term, not so short-term, and long-term purchases. Short-term purchases are, for example, when you go out to eat sushi or go to the movies or spend your money on a date night, for example. These are all situations that your money is not coming back. Okay, you went there, you spent it, and that's it. Then we have the not so short-term purchases, like buying a new shoe. You know that those shoes will not last forever, but they will last for a considerable amount of time. And then for last, we have the long-term purchases, like buying a house, buying a car, for example. These are things that, like, your house will not, it will last for basically for all your life. So what is the problem with going out to have dinner and spending my money on a date night, for example? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. The problem that will eventually damage our finances is prioritizing only short-term purchases. Note that I said prioritize because yes, it is important that you spend your money. That's what money is for, is to be spent. But when we prioritize only going out and only spending our money in the present and not thinking about the future, we will actually not make our future selves very proud now. So it's important that people start analyzing their spending habits and think, what am I spending most of my money on? Having said that, how can I actually invest in my future? And note that when I say invest here, I don't mean buying stocks and like the stock market or starting a business and etc. No, I'm actually saying investing in terms of guaranteeing your future is as stable as you can, because of course nothing is 100% guaranteed. So the number one thing is actually investing in your education. There are tons of videos online and free books and even paid books that you can learn how to manage your personal finances. This channel is one of them, for example. All of the content is available online, and it's important that if you're starting the financial field, you actually start with content, with free content, then you can actually start buying books and etc. Number 2 is investing in your emotional intelligence and knowing how to deal with money by controlling yourself, because spending has also a lot to do with how you control your emotions. Because like I said in the beginning of the video, we are all of the time being exposed to advertisements, promotions and great deals and sales. So knowing how to control yourself and choosing what asset you will put your money on will play a great role in your future. And number 3 are investments, like real financial investments. It's important to conduct a thorough research and even seek for professional advice. That's when our first lesson comes into place, which is education. Educate yourself first. Learn where you're going to put your money and start to think about what kind of investor you are. Investments are a great way to grow your money. It's like you plant a little seed today that you hope will turn into a huge tree in the future with the power of compound interest. Number 4 is buying equity. In short terms, in short words, equity is what you own. It's something that you can turn into money easily if you feel the necessity, if you feel the need. So in other terms, equity is the value, is the ownership that you hold in an asset or a business, for example. So let's say you buy a guitar for X euros. I have no idea how much a guitar costs. And throughout the years, that guitar actually increases its value. So you can say that you actually made an investment, because if you try to sell it now, not only you're going to recover the money you first invested, you first spent on your guitar, but you will actually make some profit out of it. This is the same for a house, for a car, but even for small things like a camera, a computer, or even a guitar, like I mentioned. It's everything that you can convert to money if you find the necessity. We all know what we want for our future, how we want it to be. If we want to have kids, if we want to invest in our career, if we want to buy a house. For example, my biggest interest is to build a solid career and get to the point where I don't have to work anymore, only if I want to. So have in mind that this video was meant for people who also share the same interest, to work while we can in the present so that we can make our future selves proud. Thanks for staying until the end of this video. See you in the next one.